All right, good evening. It's your girl, Queen Cole, here with another episode of Light the Path podcast. And today you are in for a treat because I have the multi talented TEDx performer, a national award winning poet and host, multi talented, so many great things that this gentleman does. The one, the only Moody Black. Y'all help me welcome him to Light the Path podcast.
Hey,
Hello, how are you?
I am wonderful. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for being on the show today because you are so busy. I mean, what do you do when you're not being Moody Black?
That's all I know to be is Moody Black. That's all I know. Now I like to watch movies. Believe it or not, I love watching movies. I'm a
Okay.
nerd. Well, it's blurred, the black nerd. They call them blurs. I'm a blurred.
I love that. Okay. What kind of movies do you like? So are you into sci-fi?
Yes, yes. The comic movies, like the Marvel comic movies. Yeah,
See,
I
now
love
I'm a
all that.
Marvel girl, so I can rock with you with that. I can rock with you on that. I think you're good. I see you. Bow tie, beard, hat, vest. You can't hear me. Okay. Nope, you can't hear me. All right, so go out and then come back in. All right. While Moody gets situated with his sound, I'll bring him back up. But thank you all for coming to watch, to listen. This will be on audio tomorrow afternoon. I'll rip the audio for that. But this is going to be a great conversation. You're not going to want to miss it. Moody Black is so fun, so entertaining. So just to get you all up to speed, how do I know Moody Black? So I've been here in the upstate area with Jada. As you know, Jada had a baby 7 months ago. So I'm a grandma up in these streets. And so I've been here in South Carolina enjoying the city and everything that it has to offer. And when I came to the city, Jada took me to poetry. And so Moody Black was one of the hosts. He wasn't one of them. He was the host. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get him on Light the Path. So we finally got it today. And now audio don't want to give us a good. So who don't want us to be great today, Moody? I can't hear you. Oh. I, I hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I just took the headphones off. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, good. So I was just getting the viewers and the listeners updated, like where did this all come from? So I'm here in South Carolina visiting my daughter. She just had a baby 7 months ago. So she took me to poetry. This is before she had the grandson. And you were the host of Sunday night. And so I was like, man, I got to get him on. And then I reached out to another young lady who was doing poetry there because I was like, man, all these talented people, like I need to talk to them a little bit further. So since I've been here, I've been twice, but my daughter is actually a regular. She goes to Sunday nights with the Underground Cafe, Coffee Underground, and then she went to the other location, a room. What's the name of the room? Radio room. See, I haven't been privy to the radio room yet, but I have been to Coffee Underground twice, and I really thoroughly enjoyed myself. You're an excellent host, fun, energetic, it just everything about you I enjoy. So I was like, I definitely need to get him on the show.
Yes, yes.
So I'm keeping my, I'm trying to stay productive as I'm here in grandma mode. Well, active grandma mode. I'll always be grandma mode, but I'm active grandma right now.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Well, I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, let's start with your name. I want to ask about that. Where does that come from? Where did that originate from? MOody Black. Like,
I get
where's
asked
that from?
all the time, and I tell people it's not as deep as you think. Moody Black derived from pettiness. I was pure being petty. Long time ago, almost 20 years ago, I was dating this young lady, and she told me that I had mood swings, and I was like, "No, I do not." So as I started getting my footing in poetry, I adopted the name Mood Swing, and I discovered that there were other artists, fix my bow tie, that had that name. And by that time, the poetry community was already calling me Moody. They'll call me Moody for short. So I kept Moody, and I wanted something cool to go with it. So I tried different variations, different things. And black happened to be one of my favorite colors. And it means intelligence and strength and stuff like that. So I called a couple of friends. Said, "What do you think about Moody Black?" "Yo, that's it. Keep that one. Keep that." So I'm Moody Intelligence. There you go. Moody Black.
I love that. No, that's still an interesting story. So I still like that because every name has a meaning, where it come from, what it is. So okay, so you don't agree with her that you're Moody,
Nah.
but you're Moody Black.
Yes. I can't give
You
power,
just
man.
might be. You just might be a slightly Moody.
Little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit artistically temperamental. There we go. Artistically
Ooh.
temperamental.
I like how you put that. I need to y'all write a note for that one. So the next time when it's a certain time of the month and somebody say I'm moody, what I'm supposed to tell them, Moody? What I'm supposed to tell them?
I'm artistically temperamental.
There you go. For the next couple of days, come back.
I love
Spin
it.
the block on me and come on back. That is funny. So how do you relax? You said you like movies, but you are a man of so many talents. I mean, I know we're going to dig into it further in the conversation, but how do you just relax from just the day-to-day going from being a host to being a part of different slams? And then I didn't even say you're a TEDx speaker, you're a TEDx performer. So, I mean, you're high in demand.
Well, I'm a teaching artist. That's my main thing. Schools contract me to go to their classrooms and teach kids how to enjoy and write poetry. And I started a residency this week. And yes, doing 5 classes a day, keeping the same energy is a lot. So sometimes my body be like, "Oh, that's enough. Just lay down." And like I took me a long nap today. So I get a lot of naps, a lot of watching, and I love basketball. Watch basketball, watch my nerd stuff. Yeah, that's how I relax. But other than that, I'm on the move.
Okay. Well, that's really good. How did you get your start in poetry? Where did that come from?
Man, shout out to my mom. My mom was always into the arts. And I was just telling the kids a story today. It's around 11 or 12. I didn't like reading a whole lot. I just love pictures, no comic books, stuff like that. And my mom would work all day and she'd take college courses at night and she would bring home these literature books, try to get us to read some poems. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. But one day I was bored and we had this long hallway in our house and we had a bookshelf, a 3-shelf bookshelf, well, 4-shelf. And I'm going through some books and one book just caught my attention. It was this book called This Time Called Life by Walter Render. And he's still alive. He's like 88 years old. I want to meet this guy to tell him how much he inspired me. But the book had these beautiful, soft, black and white images of young people hanging out and beaches and nature and stuff like that. And they had poems beside the picture. So I started reading the poems. It was just about being young and free. And when you're young, you want to be free. And those poems had a connection with me. And that kind of inspired me to really love poetry. And I had to go back and appreciate the poems my mom was trying to get me to read, the Nikki Giovanni's, the Lacey Hughes, and Maya Angelou's. So I had to go back and appreciate those things. And yeah, I started writing. And I just love to go to school. And the teacher asked to read excerpts from poems. Of course, back then when I was going to school from the hood, poetry wasn't a cool thing. So I got ridiculed and teased a lot until high school. Now I tell the kids in high school, that's when you start smelling yourself and try to impress somebody. Then all of a sudden, poems became cool to give your mate, whatever. And I was that dude who they knew I was that dude to stay with it. They would ask me, "Yo, bro, can you write me a poem, get my girlfriend?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. $10. And outside I made money. I was a young entrepreneur. Girls would do it too. Can you write me a poem to get my boyfriend? And I would do that, and I just kept doing that. And here I am now. This is what I really do, just doing poems.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Before it was a side hustle.
Yeah. Still, well, it's a main hustle now. Everything else is a side hustle.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So back then it was a side hustle that just boom. I mean, I remember that back growing up in high school, the poetry and stuff. So I do remember that. I got to write a poem. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I know that was good with the ladies. They're like, okay, jumping on that. Because even too, because you do so much again, but with the poetry, you can even call that sort of rap, sort of lyrical.
I do hip hop as well. As a matter of fact, I have a hip hop album out right now. I'm real southern right now. It's called Manifest, and it's on every streaming platform. Up here in the Upstate Music Awards, I won Artist of the Year with that album last year. And I'm getting to host the awards ceremony this year as a former winner. Yeah, I get to host that. So yeah, shout out to Upstate Music Awards. But it's an album that's jamming. First and foremost, it's jamming. Like you can jam to it. But it's saying it's got content, substance, and testimony. And then just manifest, speaking things you want in life. So yeah, that's the theme of the whole album. So y'all check it out, Manifest. Check it out.
Yes, y'all make sure y'all get that because I know that's awesome. Because today's title of this conversation, I put I am resilient, even when things are challenging, because you had to go through some things in order to get here. Can you talk a little bit about that? How you were able to overcome and then be
And
where you are now?
it's still overcoming. I think people don't understand this is an ongoing thing. You have to constantly work at whatever you're trying to accomplish, particularly with things that go on in your life, mental health issues and stuff like that. And I was diagnosed with depression in 1996. And back then they had Prozac. There's so many other medicines is out there now. But the Prozac kind of made it worse for me. I know some people have different things or different conditions with the medicine, but it made it worse. And I just decided, you know what? I threw the pills away. I just find other ways of dealing with it. Now, do I have some bad days? Yeah. Just really got out. Honestly, just got over just being in a dark place. But luckily, or fortunately, I'm gonna say luckily, that I have the arts to kind of dig into or fall back to it and have a good support system. It's good to have people on your team that kind of keep lifting you up and remind you of your greatness. So yeah, it's a lot of ups and downs. We think life is linear, but life is like this, right? It's like that for the rest of your life. You got a lot of good times, need some bad times, but you got to just find ways to overcome it. And fortunately, just expressing myself through poems, through song, or through painting or drawing has allowed me to find a healthy balance to do my best to deal with that, and a good support system. Those things are important.
Yeah, I mean, because there's still a stigma, even though a lot of people now are going to therapy and also getting help with depression and other different mental challenges, there's still a stigma in our community.
Yeah.
So what do you say to possibly, I'm going to say men, and I know ladies, we deal with stuff too, but today we're talking to a man. So we're going to talk to the men directly. So don't come at me, but how do you, what do you say to, you're in the high schools, you're in different schools. How do you encourage the boys, the men to be more vulnerable, to be able to say, hey, I am struggling with something, when it's not it's sort of taboo still to do that?
Yeah. Well, one thing, being allowed to come to schools and talk about poetry, one thing I always let them know that this is an opportunity to share your feelings, and it's okay to do that. Especially, I guess, seeing a man or a man of African descent or Nubian man in their presence telling you, hey, that's okay to feel. Because a lot of times we were taught that. We thought that was not a cool thing. Of course, the men in your family always tell you, you better not cry. It's not okay. Suck it up, whatnot. And it's okay to be strong. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's okay to have moments where, you know what, I got to get this out. I got to cry. I feel sad. It's okay to say I feel sad. I feel some kind of way. And I think we were taught not to feel that way. And I let them know it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to have those feelings. I got sons. I let them know, hey man, you've hurt you. It's okay. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the same time, I think it's a healthy balance. I want them to be strong men, but also I want to be honest men with themselves. That's the thing about it. We don't be honest with ourselves. Like, man, I am not okay. I am not good. I feel sad. And be okay saying that, to be comfortable saying it. And I had to learn. It's been a journey. I had to learn that myself. Like I said, just recently, to say, hey, y'all, I'm not good. I need y'all. And that's okay to do that. And that's when you get, it takes more strength to say that. I think it takes more strength and courage to say that you're not okay versus I'm strong, hold it in. Nah, you have more strength saying, look, hey, help me. Help me. Like Kevin Hart said, help me.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And as you were talking, that's what I was just nodding my head like, yeah, it takes more strength to ask for that help than it does to hold it in. Because holding it in, you tearing yourself up. You tearing
No.
yourself up. So what do guys need as far as like support? What does that support look like? You said you were just in a dark place. What does that support look like when you're in that dark place?
Well, having people say, "Hey, it's okay. I got you. If you need anything, let me know." Just having that comfortability of knowing there's people there for you, and they verbalize, "Hey, whatever you need," and to feel to actually genuinely feel that there won't be any judgment for being open. And that's the thing. I think that's the fear of a lot of men, especially back in the days, that you're gonna be perceived as being weak. And there's people who take advantage of that. Not only just men dogging other men, it's women who, no, you just being weak. You ain't no real man, and we have to deal with that. That's why we're so scared, especially in relationships, to say, hey, I feel this way without being judged or seen as weak. Because those stigmas are trained in our little boys and our little girls to say this is what a man's supposed to do. So it's kind of a hard thing to try to balance and deal with when everybody say, you got to be a certain way and you got to hold it up now in front of your fellow man, you got to hold that up in front of the women as well. So, but it takes, and this, and not to say that's not out there. There's a lot of women who's like, yo, it's okay. I got you. Let me hold you up. You know what I'm saying? Share your feelings. So that exists. And there's need more of that. More people saying, hey, it's okay. You got these moments. Get it out. I got you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's very imperative, especially in relationships. How early or how soon would you tell somebody, hey, I've been depressed, I have moments? How early would you tell somebody about that?
Well, I mean, as soon as you can. Now, I wouldn't say I'd be a open the line for a first date, but if you start building, if you feel like, hey, this is going to build somewhere, well, hey, let me share some things with you. This is what I have going on. This is what I'm dealing with, and hopefully that person that's the one you're rocking with, they'll understand, and you'll let you know we'll work together through this. Let's find ways to conquer this together, and that's what it takes to know you have someone right beside you that's gonna, someone you can lean on, and vice versa. To be there for each other.
Yes, absolutely. I love that you're able to be vulnerable and also change the narrative because that's what you're doing. You're changing the narrative to be able to say, hey, this is me, accept me for who I am. And it's okay not to be okay sometimes. So, one of your poems I have here, I'm going to play it. It's called Love Yourself. And it just resonated with me. So, y'all sit tight, listen to this, and then we're going to talk about it.
Love yourself whole. And if you can't do that, love yourself in proper fraction. Wear your flaws like a new shirt missing a button, but you make it look so good. Love yourself sad. Love yourself confused. Love yourself mad. Love yourself knowing that those things are temporary. So love yourself permanent.
Insert the snaps right there. Oh, I love that piece. I love that piece where you said, wear your flaws like a shirt. Where did the inspiration come from this particular piece? Love yourself.
Man, I was going through that period, like, to be open. Every December during the holidays, it's always a rough month for me. Excuse me. So I take that, week or two or half the month to purge and to analyze myself and to deal with those emotions. This year it was very different because usually I go to a dark place, I recoup and get out, but I was in there a lot longer this year, and just I had to do something to express those feelings. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, I'm going through something right now, and I got to get it out, and this is a process for me to rebuild, get my strength back up. So I did a series of poems on IG and YouTube for myself, and I'm glad other people get something out of it. But I did that for myself to get it out, and this is how I'm feeling. I mean, I really was feeling like that right now, and I'm giving these affirmations to myself to get out of that dark place.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about what is the difference between being in a depressed state and just maybe feeling down? Because like
Well,
we talked about earlier, life is up and down.
right.
So what's the difference?
Well, a lot of people, anybody can be down. You can have a down period or something. You're just going through something. But to have depression, which is it's a chemical thing. It's an imbalance in your brain. Now, everybody don't have that. Even though nowadays, because the current events and the pandemic, we all start experiencing some type of depression. But there's also people who've been depressed before there was a pandemic. And that's a lot of chemical imbalances that occur in your brain. So to be down is like, man, I'm just having a bad day. I'm down. But when you have depression, that's something you battle with a lot more than just once every 2 months, 3 months. You're dealing with them every other day. Sometimes people deal with it every day, And there's some people have severe or chronic depression where they have to take serious medication. So it's really a battle. It's a battle with yourself to convince yourself that it's okay when your body and your brain tell you, nah, son, you ain't good. You ain't good, and you're not gonna be good. You got to fight with that. So you have to find ways to remind yourself that no, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, this is we feeling bad, and there's times you don't want to get out the bed, you want to do anything. I have those moments, but you got to keep finding ways to get up, remind yourself of your purpose. So and it's hard. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna be easy. It's hard, but you gotta want it. You gotta want to fight for it. And I tell people, fight for your happiness. Find how that looks like.
Yes. So if you had to say one word, because you're a poet, you have many words, you know how to flow with them, you know how to connect the words. If you were able to say one word about your purpose, what would it be?
About my purpose? Oh.
To describe your purpose in life.
Passion. I think that's like the best way to describe me. I have all the tools, but you're not gonna out passion me. You're not gonna out hustle, you're not gonna out grind me, you're not gonna out passion me. So that's a little light broke. That's passion is probably the best way to define me and has related to my purpose.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media and what you have going on right now that they need to jump on and be a part of to help support.
Well, definitely go to my IG at I am Moody Black, which is my handle for everything. IamMoodyBlack.com. I am Moody Black on Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram. But I'm going to repost a link on my IG, so make sure y'all follow my IG where you can vote for me. There is an event coming up in May called the Southeastern Entertainment Awards, and I've been nominated for Spoken Word Artist of the Year. So I would love to have your vote. Once again, when I'm done with this show, I'm going to repost the link and just click the link in my bio and vote for me. I would appreciate it. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just type Moody Black. You'll see the beard. And check out my videos. A lot of my hip-hop song videos on there. The poem you just saw, a lot of those poems, little micro poems, they're on my YouTube as well. So subscribe to my YouTube channel and please share. Make these things go viral. I do feel and I'm confident that I have something great to offer the world to make the world a better place. So check out my poems, check out my music. And yeah, subscribe and share, make it go viral. We have to support each other.
Yes, absolutely. You got some hand claps in here. Manifest is fire.
My kid, what's up, Queen?
Yeah, she said clap, clap, praising hands. She said manifest is fire. So y'all want to hear more? Y'all got to stay tuned because we're about to jump off of here and we're going to jump on the Clubhouse. We're going to continue the conversation. So meet us in Clubhouse. We're going to be under the Club I Am Academy. So that way you can get a little bit more Moody Black. But in between time, in the meantime, Go follow him on all social media platforms. I appreciate you for being on the
Oh,
show today.
can I say
Thank you
one
so much.
thing? One thing
Yeah.
real quick for those who are listening. Also, we have a tribe called the Ain't Right Tribe on Instagram. We have a weekly open mic on IG at Ain't Right Tribe. Please subscribe. We have fun. We have different hosts, and we have the longest running open mic on Instagram since the pandemic, post pandemic. So we have different themes every day. So we invite y'all to come through and share. My Canaan Show is one of the hosts as well. We have evening programs for those who can't make it through the day. So y'all come and support. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are awesome.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you on Clubhouse.
All right. See you in a few minutes.